Confidence. Everyone's talking about it. It's kind of the buzzword of pretty much every self-help thing that exists in the world, especially for men. It's all about confidence. You have to be confident in everything you do, otherwise no one will like you and your life will suck and you can't get anything you want unless you're extremely confident. How do you do this? How do you just be confident? And also, how does this affect our sex lives? Does it improve our sex lives? Does it make it better? Will it make sexual partners want sex more? All that kind of good stuff? Let's find out. Hi guys, my name is Alex. I'm a sex coach, and today we are talking confidence, the ultimate buzzword of every self-help thing that exists, every kind of coaching that exists in the world. So what is confidence? To me, confidence is this internal feeling of competence. So it just means that on the inside, it means internally, you believe in yourself and you believe that you have the competence to do a certain thing in life, and that can extend to almost everything. You could just have this belief inside that you are competent in anything you do and that anything you try you will do fairly well at, because you just have that belief that you are competent in what you're doing. So by that logic, how do you increase your confidence? You increase your competence in many skills and areas. Some people, I will say, have confidence without having any competency, it seems. However, from a practical standpoint, from a self-help standpoint, we can actively work to improve our confidence without just kind of doing the fake it until you make it thing, by actually learning skills, becoming competent in many areas of your life, or just one area that you want to appear confident in, which will parlay into sex, because if you're confident in sex, that will improve the sex that you can provide for your partner, and it will improve the sex that you will have for yourself. So it's a win-win for that. So since confidence is a competency-based thing, and you can kind of earn your own confidence by getting better at certain skills and tasks and things like that, it holds the same truth for sex. So if you are providing great sexual experiences and your partner is loving the sex that you're providing, and you've gotten that feedback from multiple people or just one person that just says you're amazing, then that will increase your confidence because you are now competent in that area of sex. So how do we do this in the realm of sex? The first thing we can start off with is not being afraid to communicate. So figure out what your partner wants and desires during sex, and that way you're going into the sexual experience knowing, kind of having done your research almost, but knowing what your partner is going to want, so that way you can then go and do those things for your partner, and it's going to be awesome, it's going to be great, and you already have half the battle done because you know what they want, and then you know what to do. Next thing you can do is kind of a fake it until you make it thing, but it is kind of controlling the sexual experience. So especially for men, this will lead to better sexual experiences, because if your partner can relinquish control and have you kind of be the decision maker, as long as the whole entire sexual thing is consensual and you guys both want sex, then if you're the one kind of controlling it, guiding it, being the tour guide of sex, if you will, for your amazing partner, your amazing sexual partner, then that will be a turn on in itself, because it will just appear as if you know what you're doing and you're not afraid to go out and get it, and that is a sign of confidence, and people like that, especially in sex. It's nice to know that your partner kind of knows what they want and are not afraid to express that, or they're not afraid to show it, and they're not afraid to do it with you. So do that. The final thing I would say in earning confidence sexually is to kind of laugh off any mistakes you have, and don't take things too seriously, too personally, and just kind of have fun. So it's so much more confident appearing when someone doesn't kind of lose themselves when things don't go their way and they kind of have a temper tantrum and they can't kind of roll with the punches. If you are able to just kind of not take yourself too seriously, be able to embarrass yourself and just laugh it off, then that appears so much more confident, because you're kind of sending that message that even if I mess up, that's funny because I'm confident enough and I'm competent enough to not mess up most of the time. So you're just kind of sending that signal out there that like, yeah, that time was a fluke and it's funny, and I know that that's not going to define who I am. It's not going to define my sexual path or sexual journey with a certain partner for the rest of the relationship. It's just going to be this one-time thing, and I have the confidence to kind of bring it back and show that I am competent in this skill. And I will say as a side note that being good at sex is a skill. It's something that needs to be worked on, something that needs to be practiced. So you can't just kind of go into a sexual experience as a virgin and just be amazing at pleasing your partner and losing yourself and getting yourself engaged and getting your partner connected to the experience. It just doesn't work that way. So once we have kind of established a sexual confidence, a confidence in our ability to provide great sexual experiences, by being communicative, by not being shy and timid in the area of sex, and by not taking it too seriously and just having fun, what is this going to do for us in the long term or with potential sexual partners down the line? Or even currently? Sexual confidence is a really attractive thing for a lot of people. As you've probably heard in every other self-help and all this kind of stuff, everyone is saying confidence is like the most attractive thing. And it kind of is, because people want to know that you're competent in what you're doing, and they don't want to feel uncomfortable. And if someone is confident in who they are and what they can do in a certain task or in a certain environment, then it's going to kind of put everyone else's mind at ease, because they feel like someone knows what they're doing and they kind of feel like they don't have to step up to the plate and be the leader. So this kind of same concept happens in sex, where if you are kind of portraying this confidence in sex and you know what you're doing, you know what you like, you know what you want, and you feel like you can provide what your partner wants because you've talked about it, and you haven't felt embarrassed talking about it, and you haven't given the clue that you feel embarrassed talking about sex, or that it's a weird thing to talk about, or you're uncomfortable in the realm of sex. If you can kind of portray that confidence, it will allow your partner to feel more relaxed during the experience, and that is going to make the experience so much better for them, because the more relaxed your partner can be, the more immersed in the experience they can be. And so psychologically, they will be able to be fully stimulated, because they're not going to be in their head thinking about insecurities or thinking, what do I have to do to perform better? They're going to be able to just let you do your thing and enjoy the experience for what it is. Even if it's not something where you are going to be in control of the experience, as long as you're confident and kind of portray that confidence in sex, then it won't matter, because even if your partner is the one calling all the shots, they'll just feel more comfortable around you because you feel more comfortable in your abilities, and you're not going to be embarrassed or kind of anxious about the experience in general. Anxiety is a contagious thing. We can sense when people are anxious. It's not even that hard to sense when people are anxious. So if you're going into any experience, really, it doesn't have to be sex, but if you're going in with all that anxiety, that is definitely detected by people, and it can be a turnoff to some people sexually if they feel like you're looking uncomfortable and maybe embarrassed or whatever it is. Confidence is kind of this blanket statement for a belief that you're competent in something, or a belief that you are capable of doing good things and not being a failure or a loser. It's definitely this easier said than done thing to just be like, I'm confident all of a sudden, I'm gonna fake it until I make it, because now I'm confident. To me, it's kind of fake it forever if you don't have any competency, if you don't have any belief that you can accomplish things or that you're worthy of accomplishing things. So I don't necessarily think you can just kind of fake it until you make it. I don't think there's a point where your brain is just convinced now all of a sudden, like, oh, I've been pretending all this time, now it's just real, now it's just the thing, now it's just the way I am. I think true confidence takes time, it takes skill, it takes practice, and it takes kind of earning it by being competent in whatever skill you want confidence in, or just kind of competence in everyday life where you can kind of function without anxiety, without feeling helpless. That's really what it is. So Sexual confidence is important. It definitely sets you apart partner-wise because you're going to be more attractive if you have this competency, and that's what it comes down to. If you guys can be good at sex and provide good sexual experiences, then you will gain confidence when you have partners that are telling you that you're amazing in bed, or not just directly telling you, but you can see it in them that they're enjoying it and loving what you are doing. And if you want to get to that point, then go ahead and subscribe, because I do daily content, daily sexual tips, sex advice, stuff like that, relationship advice too, and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, if you like this video, please leave me a like, leave me a comment. I'll respond to as many as I can. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.